I'm Andrew, and this is Paul and Andrew watch all of Friday the 13th, where tonight we definitely hit the halfway point with Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason lives!
Hello, I'm Paul, and normally at this point, halfway through one of Andy's projects, I'm swearing at him a lot more than I am right now.
That is frighteningly true.
It is very true, isn't it?
It's
By the time
normally
we get halfway through anything, yeah.
It's normally at this point you're just going, hang on, I've actually just understood the magnitude of what I signed up for, and yet it is.
Yes.
And yet it is technically exactly what he said it was going to be.
Yes. I'm not trying to run away yet.
You're not trying to run away yet, although you might
Yes.
be by the end of this one. We just don't know. Even though we were discussing what other series were available on box set on the cheap. Anyway, we're kind of almost halfway-ish. We'll have completed the first half. Minus 9 minutes. Whatever, we're celebrating. Before we get on to our continued quest through the body count of Camp Crystal Lake, Paul, what have you been watching that isn't Friday the 13th?
So I've not actually been watching an awful lot this week. I've been rather busy. We did start watching Salem's Lot, which I think is 1978.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've only got through one episode of that so far.
I remember that. I watched it when I was 10.
And I've seen the box that says genuinely terrifying. And
it's... Yeah, it is.
Bits of it are terrifying, yes. Maybe not the bits that they were intending to be terrifying, but some bits are terrifying.
The bit with the kid knocking on the window.
Yeah.
Didn't sleep for a week. I did, as I mentioned, I was 10.
Yeah.
Shit. That shit me up more than Ghostwatch did. So are we just not feeling it, or is it particularly lame? Or
I think it's rather dated now. There's an awful lot of stuff in there that's rather dated, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. I've been watching something new and exciting.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching Meow Meow Girls because Laura got the DVD.
Okay.
And the first episode is brilliant because it assumes you know everything about the entire universe of it and explains nothing at all. So that's like it's like watching it's like watching the Power Rangers with no idea none at all idea what's going on. So it's a magical girl, Sailor Moon type thing that stuff just happens in. One of the specific things that happens in it is the love interest of the 15-year-old girl sounds like he's in his mid-30s. So that's creepy as hell. The second episode, which is the one that I watched before I told Pink Apple Jam, the darling cohabitant of the Super Fortress, no, you just watch it by yourself. I'm fine. There was a lot. It was actually started explaining things, and you have the wonderful moment where where the heroine of it, who I can't remember, is comes face to face with a monster and starts discovering she's got all the superpowers. And her guide through all of this turns around and goes, "Wait, that's not your everyday monster you're dealing with." Implying this is in a world in which monsters, like big, proper, scary kaiju monsters, are an everyday occurrence.
Your common or garden monster.
Your common or garden 40-foot tall killing machine that appeared from nowhere and has laser eyes. It's like, what? What do you mean, not your everyday Yeah. That was just very, what is this world all about? So yeah, that was the other one I watched, because I finished watching Queen's Gambit, and then after that, everything else is just garnish. It's really good.
It is very good. Yes,
very good. You finished that off as well, didn't you?
I did. I finished that off very quickly.
Oh, so good.
I think I was intending to watch an episode a day, and I think I was about 2 days in when I'd finished it.
I was really strict. I was just like, no. I watched the first episode and I was like, no, this is good. We're going to savor it. So, King Couple Jam on the verge of kneecapping me.
Yeah, I just thought I'll just watch one more. Just one more.
It's nice to see something that hits expectations. Speaking of expectations, how are you feeling about Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives?
Well, I'm surprised it's been as good as it has been so far. By film 5 in a series, I was expecting it to have taken a real nosedive. So I'm not sure how this one's going to be, but I am intrigued by the idea of Jason versus Blue Jason. That's my exciting thought that's going to keep me going for this one.
That would be, yeah. I'm starting to feel. Oh, we have fan sign. Evening, chaps. Very, very good. I presume that's Scarlett Tiger Chili. Hello. One day we'll just cut the crap and get her to join us on the stream. I presume that's her talking about Queen's Gambit. Yeah, having watched some proper shonky exploitation schlock in my life, I'm not getting why the critics bagged on it. So, I mean, obviously, I get why the critics didn't like it.
Yeah, but
comparatively, it's I think people need their expectations checked and all that.
Yeah,
so
some of the review scores it's been getting have been pretty harsh compared to other things that I've seen which deserve those scores.
I think it's the continued critics don't like genre, they don't like sci-fi, they don't like fantasy, they don't like horror. And anything, especially with horror, anything that's really undeniably good, like that they instantly call a thriller. Like the recent Halloween reboot, people have been going, "Oh, it's a thriller." The Silence of the Lambs was pitched as a thriller. It's so many. As soon as it gets really undeniably brilliant, they're just like, "It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller." Like, it's a thriller who goes around and wears people's faces masks.
See, the thing is, we like this film, but we don't like horror, so therefore it can't be horror.
Yeah. So so we can kind of get our place in the world. Have you got any exciting facts you'd like to share with us today?
I have two exciting statistics I'd like to share with you today.
Statistics? What a shocker!
I call them exciting statistics.
That's because it's Paul's exciting world of statistics.
Yes, this is more comment on me than it is on the statistics themselves, I believe.
I find them exciting. I'm curious to see if you included the things I asked for.
No, because I completely forgot.
Fine, don't worry.
It's been an entire week since then. I did these at the last minute. That's like, what should I put in here? I don't know. I've got no idea. Anyway, I thought this one was a kind of an interesting one. So I've done a linear trend based on the number of kills per film versus the reviews. So the reviews come from Rotten Tomatoes audience scores, Rotten Tomatoes critic scores, and IMDb. And the more kills you get in the film, the less people like it on average.
Really?
Yeah. Which is not what you'd expect for this kind of genre of film. You would have thought at least the audience would appreciate the higher body count, but apparently they don't.
I would have. That is really intriguing.
This is just a trend line, so there are sort of slight variations within it. But the trend line shows you the direction it's going in.
Wow. Because we obviously by the end we'll be able to do a full analytic study.
Oh yes.
I would say that after Chapter 6, this downward trend would stop applying. Okay.
Well, that's one of the things that I'll try and find out.
See, BLS is cheating because they've seen all of them, and we're pretending that we don't have all the stats for all of them because we're doing it in portions anyway. So, what's your other fantastic bit of?
So, I thought I'd look at the value of human life. And I based this one purely on the box office returns per kill in the film. And we can see in 1980, it was $6 million per human life in the film, which that's a pretty good return. Then in 1981, there was a downward turn. I don't know why in 1981 or what could have possibly have happened in 1981 to devalue human life. But there was a slight peak in 1982, and then it continued to go to downward trend. And you can see by 1985, it's only $1 million per human life.
Wow.
So I saw that one. That one amused me, so I thought I'd include that.
That is undeniably that is a pretty damning fact. I'm sorry. I would just like to clarify. I have no clue what these stats are going to be, and that just tickled me something quite rotten. Right. He says, trying to get all his chuckles together. So
you may have some amazing facts.
I may indeed have some amazing facts. The first amazing fact that we need to get out of the way is this movie. This is kind of a mid-range production movie in that it was released 497 days after the last one. This was the 1st of August 1986, where they're obviously trying for more of the summer dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually seeing a bit of an attempt at a summer blockbuster, because they did miss a couple of Friday the 13th they could have had on the way. I am now going to go to my screen. So in my amazing Scrollatron, so head producer Frank Manesco Jr. wanted to move away from the quote coarse nature of a new beginning. So he got in a gentleman by the name of Tong Longlin, because the guy was a successful horror director who had also wanted to be working in comedy. So he just thought there was a bit of a tension there, and that could make for an interesting voice for the piece. The only 3 instructions or orders he had were bring back Jason, make him the film's villain, and the final girl had to be a very attractive blonde.
Right, so, okay.
Yep, definitely. So, Gothic as all hell. McLaren was inspired by 2 cornerstones of Gothic horror literature, or at least the 30s movies based on them. So from Frankenstein, he took the lumbering killer concept.
Right.
And a couple of other bits that will become apparent in the movie. And from Dracula, he threw in the idea of Jason having specific weaknesses. Because that's something we've been discussing all the way through, is that you can slow him down, but you can't ever kind of defeat him. And in this one, he went, no, I want there to be a specific thing that he is vulnerable to, kind of like his kryptonite or his stake through the heart or his garlic, or however you put it.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's a definite change to things. He also cited the works of Edgar Allan Poe and his Catholic upbringing as key inspirations for the movie. So, okay. It's another retcon, but this retcon, oh my. So, he threw out Jason having survived the drowning in part 1, which is basically huge chunks of the plot from part 2, 3, 4, and 5. And from part 5, he threw out the ending. Right?
Okay.
So, the Tommy ending, out the window that goes. However, that ending wasn't actually explained as to how it all dovetailed, because there were a couple of clues apparently in it, but it wasn't explained that it having been a dream, which we thought it might well have been, until the 2017 Friday the 13th The Game video game.
Of course, that obvious place to go and find your information.
That was done by a gentleman called Adam Green, and from everything I've been able to find, he basically worked out he could just get it in there and just seal the loop. So fair collar. Got new Tommy. Yes, John Stoppard was asked if he wanted to revise his role of Tommy Jarvis from Part 5, but he had reservations due to his experiences of filming Part 5. If you remember, he had no idea it was a Friday the 13th till he turned up on set, and then was very upset. He did one more film very quickly, and then he retired from acting to go and join the seminary. So, yeah. If you ever want to know what good Friday the 13th brought to the world, one really quite active and apparently quite nice vicar or priest. So, yeah, it has done some good for the world. Also, it's got 2 Jasons.
Ooh.
So the gentleman on the left is Dan Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
He was originally given the role. Then on the first day of filming, he was replaced because the producer didn't like the way he looked.
Okay.
The scenes are still in the movie. Oh, there you go. Where am I? Sorry, I was just trying to read the notes. I'll get to everyone in the comments in a minute. He was replaced by the guy on the right, who is CJ Graham, who was seen by the film's special effects coordinator playing the part of Jason in a restaurant magic show.
Okay.
So it was
I'm interested by the show.
There was a magician doing magic tricks. CJ Graham was the manager of the restaurant, and because he's about like 6 foot tall, 6 foot big, and a couple hundred pounds, like 300 pounds of muscle, he played the part of Jason in that stage act. It was a hypnotism stage act involving Jason. So it was a case of the producer going, I don't like that, Jason. Where can we get a new one? And the special effects coordinator going, I know a guy who works in a restaurant. So, yeah. That was pretty spectacular. No horror stories from the production side of things, other than that's the most noteworthy. Yeah, no snow blizzard like the last one. But we do have a return of the old questionableness. Now, most of it was filmed in and around Covington in Georgia, Atlanta, extensively around the Georgia camp Daniel. Okay, that was filling in Crystal Lake. However, some of the lake scenes were filmed in the swimming pool belonging to the director's father. This went really, really well, other than Gore getting into the pool filters and ruining them.
Yes, I was going to say, there's a bit of cleaning bill afterwards.
Once again, I just like the fact that the guy was like 30, 40 and he borrowed his dad's swimming pool. Brilliant stuff. It's also the first time that they've added Gore in. Now, all the previous ones, and I found out especially 5, which got butchered to hell, because we were talking about how there were bits missing from it and all that. That got butchered to hell. This is the first time that the director submitted the movie, and they went, yeah, not enough gore, not enough nudity. So he was specifically asked, add more gore, make the death scenes longer, and put in a total of 3 more murders. So they basically glued on 3 deaths.
Hello, my name's Bob.
I'm expecting a couple of people to even more so than normal turn up to die.
Yes.
Which is quite a film. And another spectacular fact. So, this is the first Friday the 13th I was ever aware of.
Oh, okay.
Because I went into a VHS shop to rent a movie. I can't remember what it was. And there was a sodding huge... There was one of these... I haven't been able to find a picture of it from anywhere, but there was this cardboard monstrosity of a stand of just this grave with the mask. So they had like the 3D grave and the 3D mask over it for Friday the 13th, Part 6 there. And obviously, I just went straight for it. And to the best of my recollection, my mum just went, no. But yeah, it's the first Friday I can remember.
Good stuff.
Here we go. So what comments have we got? I love Jason more than anything, but even I have to say a comparison to Dracula, Frankenstein monsters and Poe are absolute bullshit. Yeah, no, it was more that was where he got the inspiration and what he was playing with the notions of, not that he actually compared them to, because the director might have been mad, but he wasn't stupid. I'm not going to do that one because it's a spoiler. That's also a spoiler. Yes, no, all it was Bella showing off all the spoilers.
Okay,
anyway, non-spoiler time. What the critics said.
Yes.
So, while everyone gets their video ready, so Gene Siskel, the latest chapter of the most offensive series in film history, unless Burt Reynolds makes 3 more Smokey and the Bandit pictures. Still suffering from the same bland character and story treatments as Cineopolis. The 6th installment in the thunderingly mediocre series features no nudity whatsoever. Surely this is an editing mistake. Eric D. Snyder. Is it a great horror picture? No. Canuck Mountain Express.
Nothing else. Just that.
Now moving on to the more positive ones. A gory waste of time. Syrian James of the New York Times. So nice to know. Body count works out an average of 1 corpse every 4.83 minutes. Variety. As far as that was literally like their subhead. It was like review. Body count score. That was probably riffing on one of the major taglines for the movie being "The body count continues." So, frankly, yes. And finally, from Tim Brayton. It's kind of a nice film, and nice exploitation films are nobody's idea of a good time.
Okay.
Which I included as a nice thing, because he said it was nice.
You used the word nice, yes.
There we go. So, with all that in mind... And now for the introductory spiel. Tommy Jarvis goes to the graveyard to get rid of Jason Voorhees' body once and for all, but inadvertently brings him back to life instead. The newly revived killer once again seeks revenge, and Tommy may be the only one who can defeat him.
So we're going for retcon immediately, because wasn't he cremated?
Allegedly.
Okay, fair enough.
We don't know. They said he was cremated. But he might not have been. Oh,
they may have been lying.
Opinion, Tom McLaughlin took the basic concepts and did a really nice job of purifying them. Yeah, we'll find out. So getting a lot of praise from Bella's Shed. How are you feeling about it with all this knowledge and the 2 Jasons and the new Tommy and the dubious retcon and the fact that all suspense in this movie is removed by the fact it's called Jason Lives?
We'll see where this one goes. I'm equipped, so we're fine.
I am equipped, ready with the Cobras. I hope everyone else has got their first kill. Now, because of last time, and yes, quick thing to BLS. I think it's the 3rd time where 2 people played Jason. Yes. But it's the first time 2 people played the same Jason. Previously, they've been like young Jason and old Jason. So, gotcha. Okay. Important decision from Paul. Are we taking this from first on-screen kill or from first actual kill? Because we had the dream kills last time, and that caused a little bit of confusion. Which are we taking it from? Actual kill or dream kill? We know
actual kill. Let's go with that.
Actual kill. So not a flashback, and we have to stop drinking if we work out it was a dream sequence. Okay. Masked and Unmasked Jason are different actors. Okay. I'm going to assume Bela Lugosi's Shadow right on this one. But I still like the idea of them doing one day of shooting and just going, nope, don't like it. Anyway, BLS, if I am wrong, I apologize. Okay. If we are ready, I
Yeah,
am ready on the count.
I'm ready. So counting down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, and play.
And the movie started. That sounds windier than normal.
It does. Almost like they're up the mountain. Still this lovely grey background to start the film.
A Terror Inc. production. Wow.
It was a dark and stormy night. So that's the new Tommy.
Yes. Yeah, they do normally start in daylight, and they don't. They don't start as med. This is definitely med res.
So maybe he is going to be cremated after all.
Yeah. This has already got more emergency and production value than a couple of the other films in their entirety. This is. Yes, always bring salt to a barbecue. Very important.
If you're going to burn something, you need salt as well.
They are definitely just bringing it steaming up. My hopes are up at this point by the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, marked grave.
Interesting. It's pretty battered as well.
Yeah, but they don't know he's the undead yet. At this point, as far as they're aware, he's just the dead. Time for a bit of grave robbing. Is it grave robbing if you? No, it's
Desecration.
Yeah. If you set light to the corpse, that's desecration of a corpse, not grave robbing. We've got to make sure what mortal sin they're committing.
Yeah, it's only grave robbing if something comes out of the grave.
Kid?
It's a very neat hole for 2 non-professionals.
Yeah, that Girl Scout, that statuette. No.
It's a bit late now.
I'm gonna say
It's about 6 foot too late, surely. This just never ends well in any horror movie, does it?
I can't. That's lots of damp rot, lots of musty.
Some very, very busy spiders.
I think he's dead. That is disgusting. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why all the spiders are there, but
Yeah, they've been catching a lot of underground flies, obviously.
yeah. Even with completely fresh material, they're still doing a flashback. No. Oh God. Oh God. No, they can't be doing that. You know, they mentioned Frankenstein.
Mm. Yeah, you can see it coming.
That's
I thought
Chekhov's
what was
lightning, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought
Chekhov's
what was
finger
going
of
to
lightning.
happen was he was going to get ready to burn things and he was going to chuck the mask into the grave, and that was going to be like the catalyst to activate.
Would be the secret was in the mask all along. Like the Wicked Witch of the South gone mad.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh great! I've now got. Oh,
Hey.
why weren't his eyes eaten out by the insects? Quick, throw gasoline on him! Oh God! Set light to him. You brought the
Well,
gasoline.
you got a nice hot
now
rod in
use
there.
it. Yeah.
That's it. Pull out the only thing that's pinning him down right now.
God, he's an idiot. What?
Let's take this
What is-
nice and slow, shall we?
Oh. I have no worries with his mate just yes, come on, get with the program.
It was the sensible thing to do.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything about the music because it's always great. Anyone who ever criticizes this movie for the music is wrong on a scientific level.
But I only bought one match.
Oh! I've got that 819. What about you?
Yep.
Jesus, hell.
Cheers.
Play for an ode. Oh my good God!
James Bond-esque.
Oh. Oh. That was
a good intro, yeah. I think it sets the scene, doesn't it?
I am absolutely getting this sense of it being just the pace, the build up. Well, build up. There's no build up. They started bombing down the road at 70. The batshit crazy resurrection. You do know what this means, though. Jason is now the equivalent of the Duracell bunny. I have to take the Duracell bunny seriously as a threat to life. This is... Wow. That is... Not even coy about it. It's like, we're calling it Jason Lives. Jason comes back. When does he come back? First 10 minutes. Bang. Oh, yeah. I don't like that. You don't like that? First 8 minutes. Bang.
Best sheriff ever.
Most films, this would be the end of the first act. In this film, that's the first 10 minutes. What if it ain't deputy exposition? But that was so naturally done.
Yeah.
You say assault, I say encouraged into a cell. It's the police, you can't get them to go to... You can't do them for assault. I have a feeling this is going to be exhausting. Wow.
Oh.
VW Beetle!
Did they pay? They did not pay. They did not pay.
That's the thing. She says somebody wearing a mask is never good news. How about someone standing in the middle of the road with a fucking 10-foot pole?
Yeah.
That in itself.
Staring down your car.
Okay.
How is it?
God, yes. Oh.
Didn't recognise him.
Oh, God. Should have paid the money. Don't. What? Oh!
That is probably one of the smallest guns I've ever seen.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
That scene would have worked in 3D.
3D. I don't. Mudbud says Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. That's a small gun, but it would normally do the job. Have you noticed the fact that his, when you keep your skin in water too long, that's what his skin. When you put your thumb in water, it looks like a giant thumbprint after you've had it in in for too long. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to Mudbud. If Mudbud is interested, we're at the 15 minutes 11. Oh, this is going to end badly. Oh, I don't know what they're trying to signify there.
Sponsored by Amex.
For when you're dying to make a payment.
Yeah.
No, we're literally at death every 5 minutes so far. But not sponsored by VW Beetle because they didn't pay the bribe. I mean, legally he is, but needs to talk to him in private with Mr. Stick. Oh God, she's laughing about her dad performing police brutality. How did they get the insurance for the summer camp? That's what I want to know. Although technically they only lost all those people in 3 small patches of mass murder. Well, no, because Friday 13th 1 was 2 kill sprees. Actually, no. And then 2 through to 4 were another kill spree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The body's missing. Okay, fine. No,
didn't notice that.
You see a foot.
Those 4 falls, don't worry about them.
It was nice knowing you. There is no way this did not have an impact on the screen. That's Southern Comfort cardboard.
It is, yep.
Which I believe is American for shit whiskey. I don't know. I don't think it needed saving. Self-conscious is one thing. Self-aware is different. But I laughed, so as long as someone and don't spoil it for me, BLS. But as long as someone does the window fly, I'm happy.
Cool kids.
Yeah. Nodding is what I said. There's self-awareness and there's self-consciousness. Well, here's the death bars. It's good when things know what they're about, but you can get too self-aware and too nodding, which I'm worried about. Oh God, that guy looks as dumb as me was when I was paintballing. When I was airstuffing.
And that's exactly what they seem to be doing.
That's paintballing. I mean, to be fair to them, we wait until something's killed before we drink. So oh God, I know where this is going.
Bit signposting there, yep.
I can't wait for him
No,
to
so
die.
he's deserving it more and more with every comment, isn't he? There we go.
Oh! Oh, good God! Yeah, I can't help but agree with that comment. Oh. What the Oh yeah, because this was before it got
So
called
you know,
paintball. It
you
was
know how
called
you
the
said that
Cyber
there were
Game.
extra kills added.
Yeah. But I'm going to say there is continuity because previously Jason has very much been a creature of opportunity, right?
Mm.
And so in this, he's being a creature of opportunity. He used the spike that resurrected him.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got the machete. So he is still. It is different, but it has got a definite continuity. It's still.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel out of place to me. Maybe I'm just not a connoisseur. You'll notice this Jason is a lot stockier than CJ Graham. Yeah, yeah. But so far, I'm going to be fair, mostly I've just. Wow! Triple kill!
Triple shot.
I'm not even keeping track any longer. There's no point. I mean, fair's fair. And gotta give him credit. I mean, his first instinct was to shoot the fucker.
Shoot then run, yeah.
Yeah. And I say I'm not noticing the stockiness, mostly because when I've seen him, the first time we really see Jason is when he's holding the machete with someone's hand still on it. So I was more busy laughing at the dismembered arm because I'm a terrible person. Yeah. 100 with BLS on that. Again, creature of opportunity, using whatever tools come to hand. Even the way he's walking, still very Jason, which they could have rocketed, but they didn't out of respect, I think. Oh my god, it's actually got a car chase. And I thought it was going to skid over the bonnet. Perfectly. The fuck? Wonderful. God. um,
They're not buying it.
that was,
You can see the comedy aspect coming through in the cuts, can't you?
yeah. Well, that's community policing at its best. Well, you gave me 20, possibly 30 minutes of hassle, so I'm going to threaten to kill you.
Several times.
Yeah. How old are those kids though? They're like, what? You know this better than me. How old did you reckon those kids were?
Probably about 10, maybe?
They just looked awfully young for a summer camp. No. That took a lot of convincing.
Yep.
All kids get sent to camp from like 8 onwards. That sounds so sinister. You, child, camp, go!
I think I sent mine off around that age as well, yeah.
Yes, but you let her come back.
I did. She does not like being outside.
And like it was for a week. This seems to be driving. And that was a weekend on guide camp.
She did about 3 or 4 of them, actually.
Yeah. But it was like a weekend.
Yeah.
Ah! And he was right. It was the death of him. She didn't have a serial killer stalking her. We don't know that.
That's very true. Well, I'm assuming she didn't.
How can we prove she didn't have a serial killer stalking her?
We can't prove it.
Exactly. We don't know that. I mean, it's quite probable she didn't have a serial killer stalking her.
If she did, they weren't a particularly competent one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
she is, yes.
She is,
yeah.
Yes. Oh!
Yes, I know my daughter's. I know my daughter's still alive because it was feeding time recently, and she turned up. So,
trying to work out what comic that was. Again, they said they were going to do something different.
Really?
It's quite a good book. I think that was one of his I read. I can't remember. I was teenager and pretentious. Again, though, they wanted to do something different, but they're keeping the kit. They could have really extenuated and made the kills a lot more comedic, but they're still very. I'm here to do a job.
Very on point.
Oh, I just worked out that. On point. I would say at least they're not drunk and stoned, but the previous counsellors were drunk and stoned before the kids turned up. So
yes,
for all we know, they could have been highly responsible people before they get killed. Are they going to break the unwritten rule and kill some of the kids? I kind of bit of kiddie death, bit egalitarian, but at the same time, that would like really change Jason.
Yep.
And we
I
can't
think it
take
would really, really push some boundaries for when was it 1986?
Yeah, but we can't take episode 5 in. That's the look of terror. It's that premarital sex I smell. Let's say if he does kill a kid, it would massively change Jason's whole MO, as it were. And we can't take 5 into account because that wasn't Jason. So are they going to be in sync at any moment? Oh, that's the sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Start reciting football teams. Ring cycle?
Is that a comment on Andy's choice of music?
My choice of music? I didn't choose the music. That guy chose the... I've got it easy. I listen to quick punk songs. It's a terrible song. I'd just be like, no. I'd fall asleep. I swear to God, that's just awful. No, bad sex music. Just bad music.
The most romantic thing you'll be able to give someone as a gift is earplugs.
God. Okay, well that end's working. So we go and we get to the... Oh, God.
That end's not working. Oh! That was a good jump.
That was good. That was nice. I like his style. Fine. Fine.
Thank you for that lovely image.
Thank you. Thank you. Drive is such a...
Oh, yeah.
Covers an awful lot of territory, including this act. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more sort of slapstick style, isn't there, in this one?
I'm just waiting for Jason to come out of the loo and gank them all. Oh, nice bit of Alice. I mean, it's still light as fuck, but I think it's the closest we've got to heavy metal. Ah, called it!
Yep. Yeah, you called that one 100%.
How come I didn't jump at the jump scare?
What's happened to your camera?
My camera?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I've got a picture of your house.
Yeah, it's just the super fortress.
Yeah.
Oh! 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 That
was impressive.
I get what they mean about adding gore in. These are pretty clean kills. What? Oh, he's lost his machete and his knife.
Yeah. I quite like that scene.
I'm just definitely getting what they mean about. There is very minimal gore in this. There's a lot of death.
But it cuts away very quickly.
I don't know if it's any quicker than normal. It's just not as much blood thrown around. It might be slight. It might be slightly quicker. I'm not saying it's not cutting away quicker. Jason's old MO is kill with whatever I have to hand.
I can't remember the last time he killed someone with a camper van, but...
No, they found the two people that got spiked to death. His MO wasn't an old garden fence pole.
No.
Yeah, they ran out of blood budget. Maybe. But trust me, you can make fake blood real cheap. Oh God! It's in bumfuck Alabama, and or wherever it is, and he just finds an occult shop. That was the last film they could. I'm assuming Cunningham, CJ Graham, wasn't in there when it flipped. That's pretty intense. Not a joke, got it. No, we're not taking it as a joke. We're not taking it as a joke. Why doesn't Megan think he's the killer?
Because she fancies him?
Yeah, but she's automatically assumed that it's more likely that a man has come back from the dead after being in the ground for 10 years than the guy with the history of psychotic disturbances has started doing murders.
But the cute guy that she fancies, I think, is how you should have phrased that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, BLS agrees with you because
Yeah.
he's cute.
Yeah, he may be a bit psycho,
Oh,
and he may possibly be responsible for people's murders, but I do like him, so.
yes, most Jasons did have some stunt experience because until CJ Graham came along, all of them had been stuntmen. And CJ Graham was a restaurant manager. So, yeah. Although it was probably a restaurant manager near where movies were produced, so I don't know the difference between that and aspiring actor. So
That's someone who's been aspiring for a long time.
yeah, that's never a good sound. How many are we at?
I don't know, lost count. I think it's probably about 8. Well, yeah. Given her dad, yes, it's not really surprising that she's.
Yeah. He served extensively in the army, so he's pretty tough. Yes, I'm not saying Graham wasn't tough. The guy was 300 pounds. I'm saying he wasn't a stuntman. Where did he? Oh, continuity error. Didn't have it when it came out. What the hell? Is that a skin mag?
I wasn't sure. It's called Men at Play, but it seems to have women with things covering their eyes. So
I don't judge.
no.
I was just confused. I think this is also the first positive African American role model in the series. Because the previous one was in 5.
Yeah.
Other than Grandpa. Grandpa was awesome.
But they were there just to get killed, really.
Yeah.
But then most people in this series are there just to get killed.
Yeah. For like 6 years and they've moved on to that. That's quite... Oh, God.
Yep.
Although she's wearing suspenders underneath the t-shirt or the jumper, so...
I'm just saying the stalker cam is behind her, and there's a window in front of her.
Oh! Oh!
They're through the window!
Oh!
Ooh, ooh.
I'm sorry, but I'm fairly sure the sound of someone's vertebrae being crunched as their neck is twisted 360 degrees is different to two people shagging.
Yes, so she could hear Jason getting head.
Next week on Paul Watches Friday the 13th by himself. We're not going to ask. But yeah.
Oh, he's tidying up again.
Oh god! You know, if she makes it through this, she's going to be scarred for life.
Yes.
But we're actually, for the first time, seeing him tidying up his kills.
Mm. Yeah, we see the results of it quite often, but not him actually doing it.
I have absolutely no idea what benefit there is in his head being there, other than she is totally getting off on it. It's definitely quite rocking. But that intro soundtrack, that was just... Yeah, there is a yeah, but there's not too much, and it's a natural. It's not like a lust craze, sex crazed or whatever.
Mm.
It's a good female sexual agency.
Yeah, it doesn't feel forced either, so that's
Yeah, it doesn't even force or mental. Yeah, 100%. The woman knows what she wants. Yeah. Hello, the father. How are you?
They didn't follow that up with, this isn't what it looks like.
No, it's exactly what it looks like. That's the problem. Oh. Note to self, stop putting hand over face. No, God! Fourth wall. I would say I think this will end badly, but that's the entire premise of the movie.
Yeah.
And
I was almost expecting an arm.
We're 50 minutes the way through this. Holy shit! This has not. There's normally like a bit of a like
Sort of slow down in the middle.
We've either had not slow. It's just not stopped. There's been no quiet patch. I actually thought his hand was gonna...
expecting.
I was expecting a hand to come out there and then. Thing is, I don't know if they're setting us up for a misdirection.
Mm.
I mean, we're going back to the self-awareness thing, but it's that they know what they're doing, so they might be playing with us.
Yeah.
Which makes it, as someone who's seen so many of them at this point, it's nice to be played with.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. They're certainly very aware of expectations and how to tweak them a bit.
Yeah, but it feels like they're tweaking them to give us something new rather than to make us feel dumb.
Mm. Yeah. Well, it's like the machete being carried by the little girl.
Mm.
And that was very reminiscent of so many scenes before where we see Jason turning up with the murder weapon, and then it's like, right, and it's just a little girl.
But it hasn't made me feel condescended to. Which number of them do, even though they're constantly they've had like 2 or 3 shots at the audience, but they're loving shots. And this scene's pretty straight. This is a lot of it's non corny, straight up.
Mm.
How come nobody thought to point fingers at the creepy little blonde girl with the machete? Well, because she needs step ladders to take people's heads off, and no, it's a fair point. They should be blaming the kid. No. So our new headcanon is the girl did all them murders.
That was nice.
I'm just gonna slowly unclench from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So BLS and Paul both think their children are capable of murder, which is fair enough.
I mean, mine has been trained.
Yes.
Specifically against zombies, but
yeah.
I'm sure it's transferable.
I loved that tracking shot because in so many other films we had the first person viewpoint from Jason, and to have that shot from the third person so you can see how he does it.
Yeah.
They haven't changed Jason. They haven't modified the character to any great extent, but they're kind of showing us behind the curtain.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's in some ways it's not as tense, but it's a different tense. And that is totally playing with us because we're expecting Jason to be there to match the scene. So either he is definitely going to be there or he's definitely not going to be there. Yes. I think it's also an exit from the 70s. It's also distancing itself from the 70s horror that the first 2 definitely were all about. So it seems to be getting its own style going on now.
Yeah, stylistically, this one's very different from the others, but it's doing nice things with it, I think.
I'd have to say it's more assured. Definitely more self-assured. Fuck me. No, I've been scared by the wind that much before. Oh!
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's a blood. Oh!
That's a window!
Oh, it's not a classic window shot. Oh, come on. Oh, man, they are toying with the window shot. No, that's not a window shot. He pulled her back.
That's a half window.
That's a half window. I'm talking when a body flies properly through the window, fully thrown through the window.
We've had one pulled through a window. But it had no glass in it, so
Yeah, and then we've had that one when they went out and then they came back for the tidy up. Oh, no fraternizing with the criminals.
where's my turn?
Oh, fuck. I thought she'd slipped him a key or something, which would get me worried because
Yeah.
it's so easy to choke in most situations. Jesus, she is gagging for some strange. A clusterfuck. What you started here was a clusterfuck. Tiger Jelly showing off the fact that she has freedom to not watch this. Stop taunting us with your free will. He literally just found a book.
Yeah.
And the first book he read, and he's now pitching it all on that.
So here we go.
BLS,
what are they going to do with this one?
Stop with your spoilers. Oh god, he's just wetting himself at all the choices. Oh my god! Oh, so many children. Where does this slaughter
Should be
begin?
skipping through.
Oh, this will keep me going till Christmas. God, that's terrifying. That's absolutely pants-wettingly terrifying. The monster was in us all along. My God, it worked.
Smart kid.
Once again, the kids in this are genius. If I ever get attacked by Jason, first thing I'm doing is finding a 12-year-old. They will get me the hell out of there. That's not a good sign. Oh, my good lord.
Okay, then.
That's where the blood budget went, right? That one scene. That's where all the blood money went. Are they dead? Yes. Can you prove it? No, there's not enough left to prove. Ridiculous amounts. Oh, what's he found now in that belt? Oh! Headshot! And again, it's something he just found in the belt.
Yeah.
And as we've seen, he doesn't even need weapons. He's perfectly capable of doing it in hands. Those lights were very Hitchcock. They also really reminded me of the bay lights on the jetty on 3. So there's definitely like a visual continuity going on.
Yeah, because wasn't there a shot with like a harpoon gun, and that was almost very reminiscent of...
that was. Oh my. Screaming. Oh, you stop, scary man, you little shit. Oh! I mean, fair play to that copper. He just emptied 4 square onto that guy's belly. He should have fallen down. He's allowed to stand there and be confused.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but it's so much its own thing with so much its own approaches. It's like a smoothing and a refining rather than a best of. I don't know, almost like a remake rather than a best of, perhaps. But there's something else to it. Lovely touches. So much more attention to detail. Yeah. Do you want to pitch that one, Paul?
Yeah, it does feel like... Because there's so... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's so many aspects to this one which are just pure Friday the 13th. This is... yeah. There's something about it, I think.
Definitely from part 2 onwards. I just still think Friday the 13th part 1 was so good, but very different to the rest of the series in some ways. Yeah, definitely. Whenever I see yo-yos, I think of part two, part three. Fuck is a completely acceptable response. I've tried this.
Has that got into the mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Possibly. I'll take your experience on that. I've never associated Friday the 13th with instant recovery. I've always associated it with either the bullet's not working or going down and coming back up when you turn your head around, not that rapid stand-up thing. Yeah, I mean, you're going to spend that much effort on that scene, you're going to reuse it. Why not? You could reuse it again and again. Possibly, yeah. No, maintain a specific level of fear. Maintain an operationally appropriate level of pants sweating. I think I get everything that BLS is saying about this, but I just still think there's something really good about this. I don't know. Distillation. What's he smelt now? Absolutely not disagreeing with BLS, just trying to find the right words for it. Yes, hide. I mean, that kid's smart.
He's, yep. I think he summed up pretty much the role of everybody who's not the final girl.
But again, okay, well, what's this? I don't think we found the rest of the body yet.
No, not found the rest of it yet.
Oh.
That's a brilliant line.
Dog pile. Oh. Oh, God!
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, one thing I'm going to say with the new Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Old Jason rules. If you hit him, it slowed him down. So that's one definite rule change. You can't outrun him any longer. You can't slow him down. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I agree with that comment. You know, it is like, no, not her, not my daughter, and go straight for Jason.
I mean, yeah, that's. Oh yeah, I know he is now. As I was about to say, the inherent danger of Pilates ending up folding back on yourself. Yeah. Technically, he was actually dead in film 5, but that's a really pedantic observation on my part. Hmm. I'm. Hmm. Yeah, that didn't feel good to me either. It's the first time he's had an agenda rather than an instinct, if you get the difference. And the two changes, I'm not sure how I feel. Because now he's got a definite target. It's like, well, why did he kill all the other people? Other than shits and giggles. Who's going Jason fishing? We're going Jason fishing. He is all about the shits and giggles, but he was also just an instinctive. In the previous 3, where he's been the main killer, he's been a very instinctive creature. Now he's got a mission. You know, something's personal between him and Tommy. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, admittedly, Tommy did kill him, but I thought it was by. Thing is, it was by decapitating him, so I'm not quite sure how his head grew back.
There was lots of chopping involved.
I mean, obviously, you know, science has to be respected, as does continuity in this series. Yeah. No, I'm accepting the fact that Tommy did try to, you know, Tommy did succeed in killing him, so he's allowed to have a grudge.
Mm.
And Tommy's definitely got smarts. He's going to jump up behind you. He's going to jump up behind you.
Yep.
Not quite sure what he thought setting fire to the water would do, because it's not like Jason has to come up for air or anything. But it looks cool as hell.
May I have this?
Yes.
Thank you.
You can say hello if you want. You're on a live stream.
Ah, get him!
What is that? Oh,
That's Jason.
Whoa, big hug! Big hug!
Lovely shot of the old
nice.
sign.
have I already had too much of this? Good night.
Love you.
Everything's still inside.
This is.
This is probably one of the longest death scenes.
In this movie, yeah, this is definitely the longest death scene. How come Jason hasn't flipped over? It was around his neck,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he's floating up.
So it should be upside down.
He should be upside down. Again, science. We demand science. Oh, that's a hell of a fishing hazard. 3 minutes. We have a strict 3-minute counter before brain death sets in.
We're going to turn the engine on.
Chekhov's outboard motor. Oh shit! And that's how you kill a pull filter. Oh! No pressure. But if you don't resurrect him, these kids are going to be even more traumatized. But, you know, no pressure. Yeah. And the Masters of the Universe pajamas, jealous. Straight up jealous of the kid. God, no.
That's what you think.
Halfway, baby. Although I very much want to know why they voluntarily went into the water. Yeah, it was one of the most rubbish, and that's saying a lot. Oh, Fisto was brilliant. So wrong. So wrong. I respect many of your opinions on movies. See? He should have flipped over.
Mm.
Ah! Finally over my ass.
I'm just going to listen to the music for a little bit.
He's not a bloody canoe. No, but if it's taut, which means he's buoyant, and it's around his neck, so. Yeah, this was mid-80s Alice Cooper doing the soundtrack, so it's cool, but, you know, it's mid-80s Alice Cooper. So. Oh, God, the song is the man behind the mask.
Sorry, just taking a moment with that one.
Yeah. Change.
All right.
Yes, there are. Although what I want to know is, I mean, presumably after all that, they had to put a sign up saying, warning, lake contains
Jason's
undead abominations. That was
Yes, that was.
That was. I
Yeah.
mean,
There was certainly a lot more humour in this one.
there was a lot more, but it was.
It was played very well.
Yeah, because you know when.
Yeah, quite a few of the previous ones where we've had, say, a comedy character.
No,
They've been a bit.
we've had unfunny characters.
Yeah, as I say,
Um,
the attempts at comedy characters haven't worked very well, but there
yeah,
was a lot of humour built in
actually,
throughout.
and it wasn't insulting. There were a couple of bits that it was, as was said earlier, it was quite self-knowing. It knew what it was about, but it was still reverential to it. So, like the gag where the girl, where it was the girl with the knife, the little kid. That was a wonderful, you know what's coming, but you don't. Little chuckle one.
There were just so many little plays on what we've seen before, and they were sort of just taking those ideas and mixing them up just enough.
Yeah, and it was. I thought it was very, very reverential. Oh yeah, one of the lyrics. He's out tonight and watching you, and he knows you're home. Like he's checking the phone. If I'd watched this at the time, I would have thought it was the kick it needed.
Yeah,
especially after 5. Now I liked 5, and you liked 5.
But it pretty much done everything within that sort of bracket, hadn't it?
Yeah, I think 5 was also trying to get. I think 5 got too wrapped up in itself, and it was trying to not be Friday the 13th while still be Friday the 13th. If you get what I mean, it was trying to be a deep psychological thriller. Whereas this just went, no, we know what you want. You want to rack them up, knock them down. Ooh.
But then, interestingly, it didn't.
What's up? No, that's the movie starting again. I've got it on autoplay. Interestingly,
Let's say, although you sort of racked them up and knocked them down, that it was very different in sort of style of kills, because they didn't go in much for the special effects. It was just like the quick shot, the quick cutaway. The deaths themselves weren't terribly prolonged for most of the film. There were a couple, but most of them were pretty quick.
It was definitely, whilst it had a substantial body count and it was clocking up a solid every 4 minutes. What was it? Is it adjusted? It's adjusted was, so its KPM was 4.83 as Variety told us. Its adjusted KPM though, that was 4.38. So once it got going, it just did not muck around at all.
But then it was also doing several sort of multi-kills, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Belmont highest kills so far tied with 5. No, it's 1 less than 5. And technically, as using the dreaded word, it's 5's adjusted KPM was 3.72.
Okay.
So 5 was, but they were a lot more sustained. But yeah, it's that was a rush. It was the quickest in.
Yeah.
Thing was, 1 and 2 had quicker first kills, right? But
then the long lead up to the rest of the story.
There was the long lead up to the rest of it because they were averaging. Their adjusted was basically 9. 2, 3, and 4 definitely had like way long lead in. 3, 4, and 5 had way long lead-ins. This just started and just didn't stop.
Yeah,
it was just whacking through them.
Yeah, it kept up the pace quite consistently, didn't it?
Yeah. It was also the shortest one, clocking in at 86 minutes and 12 seconds. So this was the shortest one in the whole series.
Scarlet Tiger Chili's off. So good night. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah. I have to agree on BLS on this one. No lols. Just racking them up and going for it. I think it worked, but it didn't get excessive at any point.
No.
Especially because they started it with that intro where we're already into the action.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that was played for.
Yeah. They established that pace at the start of the film, and then they just didn't let up, which was good.
Definitely.
Yeah, so consistency throughout the whole thing.
And as discussed, it was a nice shake-up and things. But as I said, I'm not a fan of Jason having an agenda. And
no, Jason was probably it's a weird one because I think this was the most sort of focused on seeing Jason from different points of view. As you say, you do sort of see the tracking shot that like how he stalks his prey and things, but then Jason's character has changed. I mean, it's almost like he got juiced up by the lightning strike. So he became much more resistant to any kind of damage. Previously, you've been able to knock him down and run away, but the only thing that really knocked him down this time was the shotgun. And people have sort of kicked him in the balls before and moved on, but now he's like properly impervious to things now that he's come back, risen from the grave.
I think I might get used to it, but at this point, I don't like I appreciate that it is a change in the character, but I don't know how well the change in the rules sits with me.
No, I agree. I did prefer it when he was sort of almost weaker, almost.
I also don't know how much I like the agenda. If they'd either had the agenda or they'd had the change in his resilience, I'd have been groovy. But doing both kind of made me go, is it a bit too much?
Yeah.
And I know this is a series that works on excess, but
yeah. So the final girl didn't have the survival scene almost. Because normally it's that long drawn out running, escaping, getting a little bit longer. Whereas this time it was like, right, they were trapping him and she only managed to survive because Jason got bored with killing her.
She definitely didn't outsmart him, and all the final girls before
have done.
Yeah, they have outsmarted, or they've had that lucky shot, or whatever. However they've won, it's always been them winning this. This one was a case of Tommy saved her, which
didn't quite sit right, and the finishing off of Jason as well didn't sit right because she used that outboard motor with the propeller, which stayed perfectly still and didn't propel the boat forward.
It was chewing up on his face.
But propellers normally move a boat forward. That's kind of their purpose.
Yeah.
Rather than keeping them in one place.
She did win at the end, but that moment where Tommy called away.
Yeah.
Bit of Jason picking his kills in 4. Yes, I do remember that, but that was still him operating on instinct. I don't know. It just felt more like he had beef with Tommy. Again, though, Tommy did kill him. Tommy is the reason that he has been dead for several years. I do appreciate Jason has got legitimate disagreement with Tommy. We have to respect that.
But if you sort of take Bella's point about the mask trick, it's always been that somebody's distracted Jason with something that's not right. So, like wearing his mum's jumper and pretending to be his mum has confused him, which is what's distracted him. Tommy wearing the mask has confused him because it's like, but my mask. I'm the one that wears the mask, kind of thing. And it's that confusion that slowed him down and distracted him.
Whereas in this one, the only thing that confused and slowed him down was a outboard propeller to the face.
Well, yes.
So yeah, I think I can get used to it.
Mm.
He's definitely more jacked. Way less of the feral creature.
Mm-hmm. Have you got on mute? I've lost sound.
There's me again.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. So, the traditional question at this point. Yeah, they got beef. Yeah, they definitely got beef. Traditional question at this point. Favorite kill, or if you need to, kills.
I'm going for the ones in the camper van.
Camper van. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the whole scene in the camper van I really liked. He pulls her into the bathroom, and then the face goes through the weak metal. I thought that was brilliantly done. And then in the side of the head, the camper van goes over, and then you've got that lovely final shot with him coming out of the burning camper van. Just that whole sort of combined scene, I really did like that.
You know those photos of hunters standing with a foot on their kill?
Mm.
I was getting a definite vibe of that.
Yeah. I just really liked that finale to those two kills. It really just topped it off for me.
It was probably the best sequence, but it was also about the only sequence kill in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really think of anything else that wasn't. Oh, and I am going to say there wasn't a proper window kill. That has broken the run. I missed that. I really.
You were taunted twice because there was one through an open window and one through sort of half through the window, wasn't there?
But then in 4, we got that shot. We got that shot in 4 that had like what 10 feet? Was it 3 or 4 that had the really epic one? No, it might have been 3. It was 3 when they had the 10-footer. It was 4 when they did the reverse shot. It was 3 that had the 10-footer. So maybe they just couldn't. Anyway, BLS goes with triple header, 3-in-1.
Yeah, it was an early one, wasn't it?
It was early doors, which is very cool. I can't put that as my favorite kill because there wasn't the detail. I know 3 people got beheaded and all that, and there was a bit, but it wasn't. If it had been visual, yes, but it was more implied.
Mm.
I'm going to have to go with the dad being folded in half.
Okay, yeah.
on raw fucking hell. I mean, he was going to town on he was going to town on. The dad was going to town on Jason. We were. Nah, no, it wasn't. Bela Lugosi, much gorier before the cut, quite possibly, but the gore got added in by the studio. So you're talking about the MPAA cut or the director's cut? Because the director's cut of this movie is less violent, which is bizarre. Anyway, as was the dad's scene, they cut a second or two of the legs shaking and wobbling. That would have just made it perfect. That would have made it absolutely perfect. As I was saying, I just loved the fact that the dad had firmly established the fact that Jason was unstoppable, and he was still going for him. So as you know, in this series, we've been giving so much credit to people who have a go.
Yep.
Just, you might die, but you're going to go down swinging, and we will respect you for that. So the dad already established that he just shot him with a gun, and he went, "Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not." And then
he's also got a distinction of leaving damage in the mask, which I think only 2 people have done.
Yes. And he's wailing the hell out of him, and he's bagging him in the face with a rock. He is
Rock.
properly no holds bars,
Mm.
just having a go, and Jason just folds him over like a leaf.
Yeah.
And that was just so, oh God. It was hideous. It was sudden. It was fatal. I can't think of. I'm going to have to go with that.
Mm.
Oh, BLS has been. Here we go. This is going to totally. Some dialogue in the police station where Tony asked why Jason wasn't cremated, and the sheriff responded by saying, "We were gonna, but some arsehole paid to give Jason and his mother a proper funeral. Some arsehole is revealed in the script's final scene to be Jason's father." That's in 4. That was in 4.
What's that? The cremation bit was in 5, wasn't it? Where they mentioned
5,
him being
sorry, yeah,
cremated?
that was in 5, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wasn't it the mayor mentioned him being created or something like that?
It was the mayor was saying to the police guy.
Yeah.
See, BLS doesn't rate 5, but I think 5. As I said, I thought 5 did a needed change in it.
Mm.
I mean, and there was going to be a shot of Ellis Voorhees visiting the grave. That would have been mental. It definitely developed. It definitely way developed on the previous film.
Yes.
As I said, I think it had to. Although,
Yeah.
would you have been interested to have seen Tommy carry on as the killer?
Well, as I say, I was quite hoping for a red Jason versus blue Jason with the two different masks facing off against each other in this one. So somehow bringing that storyline in. As it was, Tommy's character in this one, I felt just a bit lackluster. I would have liked him to have had a bit more of that crazy edge to him.
He spoke. You know, in the first 3 minutes, of his screen time, he spoke more than Tommy did in his first appearance. It was a very different character. I get why they did it, but it felt an awful lot like a massive U-turn rather than a realignment.
Mm.
And there's a bit of me, possibly the pretentious art house geek, that would have liked to have seen them carry on with the new direction that New Beginning gave it. But I also totally see why they went, hang on, no.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts, or because we can ask on this one? From the peanut, here we go. I think that Matthews is great in this. The original Tommy actor didn't want to come back. Yeah, no, happily accepted. I've got nothing against Tom Matthews. I've loved the guy since I saw him in Return of the Living Dead. He is a brilliant actor. He's a bit of a character actor, but he does what he does perfectly. I just think it was a very radical rewriting of Tommy, but without the maniacal energy that Thomas Matthews brought to it, I don't think it would have been as good a film. Unless anyone's got any further thoughts.
Oh, I think it might be time.
I know, but we've also got a little bit of time lag going on.
Okay.
So, no, I'm going to take that as nothing else. So, as is the tradition, I just got a comment blocked. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. Moving on. I'm very curious what you're going to make of part 6. No spoilers at all, but it's fucking bullshit. Dude, that is spoilers. Right. So, Jason Lives. Here we go with Jason Lives. He says, grabbing the button. Why are you not picking up?
You're picking up. Are they grouped together or something? You're picking up the whole thing.
There we go. Right.
There we go. Yeah. Right. So what do I think that's... This one certainly had a lot going for it in terms of pace and comedy and just the sheer quality of it. I didn't like Jason so much and a little bit less keen on the characters in it. So I think I'm going to put it between... yeah, where am I going to put it? It's definitely going above part 5.
Above part 5. So
Yeah.
part 5 is
I'll
going
come
down.
to crotch level.
Part 5 is down at the crotch. Now, last time we spoke, you put these. We were going to group these two together. Are you still
Together,
feeling
yeah.
those two are good?
I'm still feeling those two together. Bring those
Right.
two down.
So they're coming down as well. I'm
They're
thinking
coming
about
down.
naval. They're down to the
Yeah.
naval.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yep. So
and then in below number 4.
still below 4.
Yeah. At elbow height.
Elbow. So we're gonna have to. Are you happy with that, or
Down a little bit? There we go.
down a little bit? Right. Okay. So I'm curious to see how you're wrong. So part 5, new beginning. Still not happy with it?
It had things going for it, but out of all of them, I feel it was the weakest.
Okay. Final chapter still good. Yeah. Okay. I still think 5 had some good to it.
Yeah, it did have good things to it, but I felt it was the weakest one.
And with this is about
Yeah, and I've still got them all in the top half because I'm still surprised at how much I've enjoyed all of these. I would have thought by film number 6 we would be getting towards some real trash, but I've enjoyed every one of them so far.
I think the fact that these are still all getting cinematic releases, the fact that these are still all making back big money at the box office, because on pure finances, this was $3 million, got back 19.4 million, return on investment 6.47. You can't be awful and still make that money. There's got to be a raw quality to what you're doing.
People are still going to the cinema to see this because they're enjoying it.
Yeah, and this did quite well on the rankings. Its adjusted ranking on IMDb is a 2.8, a solid B grade for Friday the 13th. Yes, but we haven't seen those movies yet, BLS. We haven't seen them. How can we know where it stands if we haven't seen them yet? Because everything moves. It changes every week. Get it in your head. We're watching this in order. We love you, BLS. We absolutely adore you, and we're glad you are here. Yeah, I mean, it's got an IMDb of 6, and this is not a 6 out of 10 movie. I know, but I've seen them all, and that is my order 5. Concept of the series. This is not a 6 out of, as we've discussed repeatedly, this is not a 6 out of 10 movie. This is a good, solid bit of entertainment. People have just got a lot of snobbery going on. Yeah, it's curious. I'm still quite impressed with these. I too thought it was going to be getting to Shitsville at this point, but it's not. It's still cracking them out.
Each week I have come sort of going, maybe this last week was the last good one, but yeah, they're still enjoyable. And
amongst serious fans, see. So, number 1, Friday the 13th, part 1, brilliant film. Okay, and I have no problem with Paul having it ranked as number 1 because I personally also still rank it number 1 at this stage. I mean, do you think this should be higher or lower than Final Chapter?
See, I just did like the way that the Final Chapter wrapped up a story. It just worked for me. I mean,
this is a great. This to me feels like a great opening of a new chapter.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with you. Part 4 was a brilliant ending
To an old one.
of the
Yeah.
one before run.
Mm.
And ending. You know, we had the brilliant start with Friday the 13th. We have the brilliant end with Part 4. I really enjoyed this one, but
yeah, it's a good, solid film. And so I'm looking forward to what comes next because just the quality so far has been good.
Yeah, I think there is, as discussed, I think there is a lot of refinement of the originals. There's a lot of refinement of motifs, call back to the previous motifs. So I think I can understand why dedicated Jason fans would really love it. But
yeah,
you get if I said
there's
there's a difference between Friday the 13th fans and Jason fans, you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. Plus, you know, we're talking about people who've seen these again and again and again to compare them, whereas we just sort of watch them one off and
watching them one off in sequence without knowing what's coming. And as I said, the whole board could change next week. We could watch it and suddenly everything moves around. But it hasn't. You've been set true with it.
Yeah, you could do something that ruins the first one for me.
Yeah. Either way, it's your ranking on it, so we will be good with it. Anyway, so next week, on. And I have a lovely updated script here. It says next week on Tuesday the 24th. So perhaps next week on the 1st of December at 8 p.m, we'll have Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Years after Tommy Jarvis chained him underwater at Camp Crystal Lake, the dormant Jason Voorhees is accidentally released from his prison by a telekinetic teenager. Now only she can stop him. Pardon? Okay. Number one, we already know there's been a massive time leap between 4 and 5. Okay. There's also been a time leap between a couple of years had to have gone past between 5 and 6. And now we're saying years after.
Yeah, are we going to see Tommy as an old man? Yeah.
He's not, so this was done, this will have been done in 87. This has to be in the mid to late 90s by now.
Or even the 2000s. It'd be interesting to work that one out, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I can only rate them in the microcosm of knowing them all well, but will certainly change my view compared to
agreed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a perfectly fair comment.
Yeah. How this is now.
So,
I said the last one was sci-fi because it was based in the future, right? And now we've got a fucking TK kid.
Yes. This is sort of going off the cliff edge a bit, isn't it? Really, that's what it sounds like.
I'm not feeling good about this one. From the raw description, that just sounds. I like the idea of that, but it's like.
Yeah, this one has potential to go awfully wrong.
Yeah,
I think there may be sharks involved in this one.
How can you have such a massive course realignment and then go veering off?
Yes, we've set you up on a steady course, and there you go.
Oh, good lord. I'm interested to see what pans out from this one. Anyway, you can follow us at bunkerzilla.co.uk, at the Bunkerzilla Stomping Grounds on Facebook, and also YouTube at Bunkerzilla. Please share this out. Please tell all your mates. Let everyone know this is going down. We are going to be having the edited info blocks coming out soon. We hope people are enjoying this. If you're enjoying it, please share. Please tell the world. The more people we can get watching it, the groovier we feel, and the more likely we are to do more series. Yeah.
Excellent. So join us next week for Paul and Andrew. Watch all of Friday the 13th here on Bunkerzilla Twitch, the home of geek culture in the UK. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Awesome stuff, guys. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining in.
We're going to get you on the show at some point. Catch you later. Bye.